One bag, zero baggage claim. That's the move. Hi, I'm Josie. I've been packing carry-on only for over 25 years, and I'm here to show you how you can too. Welcome to part 5 of my series, 30 Days to a Better Carry-On. If you've seen any of my previous videos, or if you're just finding me, you're probably thinking to yourself, why carry-on? This is a lot of work that goes just into packing carry-on. Is it even worth it? You're not wrong. It is a lot of work, especially at first. But today we're talking about why that effort is worth it and why so many experienced travelers continue to travel carry-on. You're moving through airports, you're in train stations, you're navigating narrow train aisles, and you're navigating uneven streets or cobblestone streets, and you're doing this all with your luggage with you. And it is so much easier if you have carry-on luggage or small scale luggage. So many benefits to it if you are able to carry on. Mostly it's no baggage fees. Second, you don't have to wait at the baggage claim once you've landed. You can just disembark and go and start your travel day. And a big one for me is that you're not wondering if your luggage made it. Your luggage is with you, so you're not going to lose it. And when you check your luggage, you have no idea who's been looking through it or what's happened to it once it's out of your sight. Things can get tricky when you have different connection points. If your luggage is with you, that room for error diminishes greatly to nothing because your luggage is always with you. Airlines have made billions in baggage fees, and those fees are going to continue to rise. If you're able to conquer carry-on travel, you're able to avoid those fees entirely. And this has happened to me where I have lost my luggage. One time I was coming back from Rome and I was traveling by myself, and I did not feel like managing my luggage. So I just went ahead and checked my carry-on. And of course, when I landed, my carry-on was nowhere to be seen. I had to file a claim. I had to do all these things because my luggage was lost. And I hadn't heard anything from the airlines. I think it had been a week or so, and I still had not heard from the airlines about the status of my luggage. So what I had to do was replace all the items in there. And unfortunately, I had decided to pack my skincare and my eyeglasses in there. And so to replace my skincare and my makeup, even with cheaper items, it was still fairly costly. And if I had not gotten my luggage in time, I would have had to have paid to get new eyeglasses, and that would have been an additional cost. Thankfully, I eventually got it back about 2 weeks later, but it just goes to show as the risks of losing your luggage are real. And that experience, thank goodness, that was a low margin of error for me because it was on the return trip. And of course, I could make do with everything that I have at home, and I could replace some of the small essentials. Carry-on travel does, despite all the effort, it protects your time and your money and your peace of mind. So for those reasons alone, that's worth it for me. That's why I try and give people tips and tricks and methods for packing carry-on, because I love the idea of people traveling and exploring, but nothing will ruin your trip faster than not having the things that you need with you. My last note on traveling carry-on, as someone who has done extensive travel with their children when they were younger, if you are wrestling with your luggage, unwieldy luggage, it is hard to keep track of your kids. So for that reason alone, carry-on travel was essential for me when my kids were younger. You know, I just have one hand on the suitcase and one hand on a kid, and that's the situation at all times. So it was a safety issue for me when the kids were younger. And I close out by saying packing light is a skill. It's not something any of us are born doing. And unless you're already a minimalist, this is hard. This is hard for me. I love clothes. I love, putting together outfits. I like my options as well. But by coming up with these different techniques like the travel capsule, I feel like I've conquered these overpacking urges. Packing light and packing carry-on, it becomes easier with experience. And if you don't have that experience yet, that's why advice and research about how other people have done carry-on is so helpful. Going back to mindset, you really have to have the mindset. And with the mindset, you have to be okay with asking, well, what's the worst that's going to happen if I don't pack this? And most of the time, not much. You're going to be okay. There's something called the 20-20 rule. And this is what I use when I start to put in the just in case things. The 20-20 rule is that if there's something that you're thinking about packing that when you're on your trip, you can find within 20 minutes for less than $20, then don't even worry about it. I want to acknowledge and clearly state that I understand that carry-on luggage just isn't possible for some people. And thank you to the person that pointed that out to me to remind me. Yes, some people have to travel with medical devices, or they have mobility issues, or whatever other reasons that they are unable to carry on travel. And that's the reality that some people face, but that doesn't mean that you still can't pack smartly. The ideas that I share, I hope that you can find them helpful. The packing methods, the tips, the techniques, the travel capsules, that is something that you can still apply if you're checking your luggage. At the very least, it'll give you a system for organizing and packing your luggage and a process for packing. As I've said in my previous videos, there's no right way to pack and there's no right way to travel. There's just your way, and I stand by that. But regardless, if you're a carry-on traveler, if you're a checked baggage traveler, if you're new to travel, if you're seasoned, I hope you stick around. I'm so happy to welcome so many new friends to this account, and stay tuned for more tomorrow.